This is just extremely careful with the snake, but we're gonna have to stop the film. Bagging snakes is one of the most dangerous things you can do. What's up and welcome back everybody. On today's video, we're actually going to be moving every single one of these snakes into my new snake room at my new property. Now we finally got approved by Florida Fish and Wildlife. So our next step is to take each and every snake here, double bag them, put them in a locked box, and transfer them to the new facility. So let's get it started. All right, so the first snake we're gonna move today is the snake that has a little bit of poop in his enclosure, our Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. This is actually my largest snake I own. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take him out with the hook. I have this big sturdy snake bag. Never used it before, but an Eastern Diamondback that size is a great snake to use with this bag. So I'm gonna pull that guy out, throw him in here, put him in this box, and it's all done. All right, this is gonna be a little bit difficult. We have stuff laying all over. We're moving, we're in the process of moving, so we got a bunch of miscellaneous crap in here. But let's see how the temperament on this Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake is. So you can see he's kind of coming right out of that cage to investigate. Whew, whew. Look at that boy. Now, Robert, be very careful because this right here is a super lightning fast snake. Look at how big he's gotten. This is the Eastern Diamondback I got from Tyler Nolan. This right here is actually a wild caught specimen, and he is absolutely huge. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, look at that rattlesnake. Let's see if we can get this guy straight in this snake bag. And that's why these are such useful tools, because when you have a big snake like this, a snake bag is key. Look at that rattlesnake, bro. He is absolutely huge. Look at that rattlesnake in the bag. Now what you gotta do, you gotta be very careful that the snake's head isn't in this coil. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw that down. We're gonna press that. We're gonna pull him through, and then we'll go ahead and tie a knot. And that is how you have a cotton tied Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. All right, so we got the Eastern Diamondback double bagged and boxed. Now in the state of Florida, if you're moving a venomous snake, you need to have it in 2 bags and in a locked box, just like this, with a warning label and the scientific name actually on it. Before we move this guy, we're gonna write all the names on the bags and on the boxes. So next, let's move on to the coral snake. This right here is a little baby coral snake. This is actually a wild caught specimen as well. And what we're gonna do, he's a super, super small snake, and you really don't have to worry about this guy getting out, but we have to follow the law and we have to double bag even the smallest of snakes like this. Look at that little coral snake. Nice and easy. Drop him in. Double bag that puppy. Now, even though coral snakes are very, very relaxed, you still have to be extremely careful. Coral snakes are lapids, so their venom affects your central nervous system. It's not like a water moccasin. It's not really gonna affect the localized bite, but it's gonna affect your entire body. So this guy is not a snake you wanna mess around with, even though most of the time coral snakes do not bite. Woo. This next snake we got here is one of my favorites. This is the Field's Horned Viper. Now, if you're bagging snakes, especially alone, it's very important to use tools. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna handle this snake with one snake hook, and I'm gonna hold the bag open with another. Look at the horns on that puppy. You never really wanna shove the snake in the bag. You kinda just wanna show the snake the bag as if it's a hiding spot, tickle the tail a little bit, and they'll actually just crawl right in. Such a cool but rare snake. Whew. All right, the next snake we're gonna be moving today is my pygmy rattlesnake. This is probably one of my favorites in my collection. Look at the stripes on this little guy. Absolutely insane. Now, most of you guys would think this is a baby snake. This right here is actually an adult snake. The snake is actually over 5-6 years old. Now, pygmies are notorious for not staying on the snake hook. They're one of the hardest venomous snakes to handle with the hook. The trick is be very gentle. You guys actually might be able to hear his little rattle going off. There's an old saying, if you can hear a pygmy rattlesnake's rattle, you're too close and you're close enough to be bitten. Look at that, yo. Snake on a boot. All right, pygmy rattlesnake in the bag. Look at the pattern on that little guy. So crazy. We're gonna lay him down. This guy was so squirmy, so wily. I actually had to bag him without using the snake hook. An old Seminole trick. Y'all might see it one day. All right, the next snake we got right here is actually a monocled cobra. Now you guys may see a couple cuts in between the filming. That's because bagging snakes, one person is not the best idea, so you always want to use a friend's help. So we're having Robert stop recording and helping me when it comes to bagging. Now what we're gonna do, he's gonna freak out, and he's gonna freak out quick. So we're gonna open this bag, and we're gonna put him right from here into the bag. Look at that. Right in the bag. Super easy, super simple. Take the top, lay him down, peel him back, and that's all she wrote. And that's how you bag a monocled cobra. Fast, but safely. All right, next snake we have right here is our fresh import forest cobra. Ooh, looks like he's a little blue, so he's going into shed. This right here is a super flighty cobra. So same thing as a monocled, we're gonna take him straight from the bin, right into the bag. This right here is the forest cobra. Right in the bag, like magic. You guys can see I got this leather boot on my foot. That's gonna help a lot when it comes to these snakes. Now, a little forest cobra like that, if he bites this boot, absolutely nothing's gonna happen. But if a big diamondback were to bite this boot, I'm definitely screwed. We're moving up in size. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. This is our last box, so we're gonna take one more snake for tonight. Then we'll meet you guys back here in the morning. This right here is my Arctheris squamigera, aka African bush viper. Now these vipers are super cool because they're variable bush vipers, so they'll come in almost any color. Black, blue, red, yellow, green, all kinds of colors. Now wait till I get this puppy out. Look at that little squam. Now I got this one from my buddy Andrew Gahuli, and he is a super fiery orange, almost red squam. Look at the colors on that guy. And these guys are super cool because if you zoom in real close to his face, you'll see his scales are actually keeled. They come to a curve on the end. So this snake right here, they're an arboreal species. So in Africa, you're gonna find them hanging out in the bush and up high in the trees. This right here is only a juvenile. They will get a lot bigger than this. We're just gonna move all the small snakes today. That way, we'll have energy for the big ones tomorrow. Okay, everyone is all boxed up. Well, about just under half of my snakes are boxed up. We'll meet you guys back here in 24 hours to grab the rest and put them back in their new homes. We'll see you at the new snake ranch. Now, when you're moving a ton of venomous snakes, it's super important not to drop them. I'm just kidding, man. There's nothing in there. All right, guys, we're back here at the snake house. We only have 5 more snakes to move. We have the Insularis, the black and white spitter, the Indian cobra, and that feisty monocled cobra, which is probably the most dangerous snake in my collection. So first, we're going to start off with the spitting cobra. Now, this guy hasn't been taken out in a little while, so I'm pretty sure he's going to spit, so that's definitely why I'm wearing goggles, and that's why Robert's wearing goggles as well. Oh, please don't spit him out. Oh, man. He's spitting. A little bit of venom flying through the air, that's okay. Nothing to a real man. Beautiful black and white cobra. Ooh, such a beautiful snake. And when I got him, he was a little bit skinny, but now this guy is not skinny at all. And that's how you bag a spitting cobra. Super sweet. That was really easy. I wanted to get the spitter out of the way first, just because you want to do the 2 most dangerous snakes, or 3, whatever it is, dangerous snakes first. That way, you're nice and sharp and ready to go. You don't want the most dangerous snake you're handling to be the last snake, because then you're a little bit tired. So we got this guy all bagged up. We're going to double bag him, and then he will be living in Loxahatchee. All right, enough of them glasses. Let's move on to the Indian cobra. Now, all these snakes I've ate just about 4 or 5 days ago, so everyone needs to be cleaned. So it worked out perfect because each snake is being taken out of their enclosures. We're gonna deep clean all the enclosures. We already have all the hides and all the water bowls soaking, getting nice and clean. Now this Indian cobra is actually in the middle of shedding. She's having a little bit hard time shedding. Well, she actually just started, so it's not bad. But, oh yeah, she's feisty. You guys, last time you guys saw her, she was deep in shed. Now she has her eye caps off, so now she can see perfectly fine. Look at that. Scales just peeling right off of her. Now this right here is actually a very, very highly venomous species, so you don't want to take a bite from an Indian cobra this size. All right, just like I was telling Robert, bagging snakes is one of the most dangerous things you can do for you and the animal. Mainly for you because you can get bit, but for the animal, it just adds a lot of stress onto them. It's not really good to bag and unbag snakes all the time. We're only doing this because all these snakes need to be moved, and this is the law, and this is exactly what we need to do. So we gotta follow it. They're right there. That's a bagged and tagged Indian cobra. This guy is super, super deadly. Now, if I grab this bag and this snake bites me, I could die. Now, a lot of keepers actually get bit just like this, right through the bag. They think the bag makes them invincible, but in all reality, the snake is right there, fully loaded, ready to bite it. So even when you're holding the top, you want to be very, very careful. All right, guys, the most dangerous snake in my collection is this pastel monocled cobra. Now, monocled cobras are notorious for lunging out and striking mouth closed. This snake does not do that. He likes to strike mouth open. And this snake right here is one that'll definitely put you in the hospital. Oh, yeah. These monocleds are crazy. This guy specifically hisses just like a bull. And we want to get a bag ready. Now, when I pull this snake out, guys, we're going to have to stop filming because this is too dangerous. Now, I'm going to have Robert help me while I'm handling the snake and getting him into that bag. Look at that. Beautiful. Monocled cobra. Look at the hood on that guy. All right, guys, come over here. Now, this snake you have not seen a lot. This is my newest snake in my collection, and this one is actually a T-negative albino, but he has super crazy white bands on him, just like the monocleds native to Thailand. All right, these cages are super, super hard to open. I'm actually going to be selling these cages, so if any of you guys want to buy some of these, let me know. All right. Woo, woo. She just shed too. Feisty monocled cobra out of the bag. Now this guy's a little bit smaller, but look at those beautiful white bands he has and that white speckling on his body. I forgot to mention, this animal is actually het for leucistic. So this snake right here can actually produce an all white snake if bred to another leucistic or a het. Whew. Get in the bucket. Pull him back. Now, before you reach your hands down there, you always want to twist that knot. Now, once you twist it, there's this skinny little pipe to where that snake, he's not going to get his head through. So once you have a good twist on there, he's nice and backed up towards that corner of the bag. Then you can go ahead, tie your knot, and throw him in a double bag. Whew. All right, y'all, we're back here at the house. Look at this beautiful place. We've done so much work. This was all grass. We laid down this rock. Finally got my airboat here. We're actually going on the airboat this Thursday. It's a super cold day. We're headed out during the day to look for python, so that episode is going to be sweet. We got the red-tailed catfish doing great in the pond. We laid down these pavers. And this right here is where my crocodiles are going to be staying outside in the Florida sun. I can't tell you how excited I am to put my crocodiles and gators outside in the Florida sun. Now, this is going to be the enclosure right here. For now, we're going to have tubs and waterland tubs all the way around. We're actually going to blow this fence out about 4 more feet, make it bigger, and then we're going to build a concrete pit here. We're going to have all the crocodilians actually living together with fish, snapping turtles, all kinds of stuff. This right here is actually my new dog. I don't know if you guys have seen. Come here, Mako. Look at this puppy. Look at his eyes. Look at those beautiful eyes. He's the world's best dog right here. You ready to see the snakes? Yeah? All right, let's go. All right, and this right here is my venomous snake building. Now, I've gone through all kinds of hoops with Florida Fish and Wildlife to snake-proof this building, which is perfectly fine. We've got this double door, which stays locked at all times. Obviously, we are cleaning, so we got it open right now. And we've got this mesh enclosure, completely snake-proof, labeled venomous snakes, dangerous reptiles. And this right here is our new beautiful snake room. Now, it's a little bit dirty, you can see. We're cleaning right now. We actually got all the cages clean. We're gonna go ahead and clean all the water bowls and all the snake hides. Then all the animals will be good to go. But this right here is where we'll be keeping the snakes. Then outside is where we'll be keeping all the crocodiles. And then we have the rest of the property for any other animals. And really quick, I wanna show you guys the rest of the property. This right here, we built a low deck to hang out with the boys. You know, me, Robert, Chandler, Tyler, Alex. Come over here, hang out all day. We got a high deck. We just got a brand new grill, so we're grilling and chilling. You know what's going on, baby. And then over here, we're starting to lay down some grass. This is our fire pit area, so this is where the boys will come hang out, throw some cornhole, have a nice good party, smoke a hog, you know what I mean? And then my dad's company just came out, shout out Palm Beach Tiki Huts, and they built us this beautiful tiki hut. Look at how beautiful this tiki hut is. And around we got these live edge slabs of wood we imported from Costa Rica, so This right here is pretty much the ultimate chill spot, the ultimate backyard. We've got the ATV mud hole right down the way. Me and Robert hop on the bikes, head to the mud hole. It's such a good time living out here in Loxahatchee. All right, MTV, welcome to my crib. Enough with that house tour. Let's unbox some snakes. Ooh, doggy.
Let's do the spitter.
You want to do the spitter?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do the spitter.
Where's the spitter?
I don't know. All right, now the spitter's out of the second bag. We're gonna go ahead and take him out of the first one. You know what I just remembered, Robert?
What's up?
We didn't bring the goggles. No goggles, but guess what? That's all right. I ain't nothing to a real man. All right, black and white bandit cobra coming right out of the bag. Don't look at me. Ah, look at Robert. He's got glasses. That's what we want. We want him to just be nice and relaxed and not hood up. Look at that. Black and white spitter, son. One of the coolest snakes in the world. Right in you go. Oh no. My nose is itchy. Must have allergies. Bag and tag. Look at this, guys. Now that the squam is in her enclosure with no hide and no water, you can just see how beautiful she is. Now it's really hard. The camera really doesn't pick up how insane this snake is. Robert, try to zoom in into her head. Got those crazy dragon-like scales. All right, so the next thing unbox is an aspen snake. Just kidding, son. Now she comes. Whew. This is our Indian cobra. One of our more dangerous snakes we have. Just unbagged her. Naja Naja, Naga Naga, Naga Naga, Nuba Nuba, whatever you want to call it, it's an Indian cobra. You can see she's shedding right now. Look, I could just pull the shed right off of her. So when I put her back in this cage, she's probably gonna shed her full scales, all of her body tonight. Right in the cage. There you go. And always use that hook, baby. Let's get her out of this last bag. You can tell this is the most dangerous snake I have. She's absolutely crazy. I'm gonna use some double footing for this right here. Whew. You can see that cobra just going insane right now. That's why you want to pull them so tight. Because this cobra, she'll use her nose, puff out the side of the bag, and bite you right in the hand. I'm sure this cobra will just come out on her own. Woo! Look at that snake. This is a snake you gotta be extremely careful. She looks like she's dressed up for Halloween, but no, she's just being backed up. All right, sometimes you just gotta take it right out of your hand. Woo! Look at that. Right in the cage, honey. Right in the cage. Woo, dude. That's how you almost die. Ways to die. Last but not least, our sub-adult monocled cobra, which is actually T-negative albino. All right, pull this guy to the corner. Look at this. Monocled cobras are no joke when it comes to being unbagged. You can see his head right there. And believe me, that snake can bite perfectly fine through that bag. And he's a little bit skinnier, which is a lot more sketchy. The big snakes you can tell when they slip through the hook. The little ones you can't really tell. This guy's actually gonna get thrown in a bin, and we're gonna make a label for him real fast because we're actually taking his old cage and we're gonna be selling them. So he's gonna be in a bin for just a little bit until we get him a nice big fishing cage. You can see the temperament on the snake is pretty dang good. He doesn't hood up much. He only hisses a little bit. There's a little bit of hood. Look at that. Beautiful snake. Ooh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video. If you liked today's video, don't forget, like, comment, and the most important part, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.